All right, we're going to do a custom skirt to fit your body measurements following a commercial pattern. This is a simple, basic skirt, straight skirt. You can convert it and change it into a pencil skirt, but the problem with women is that we usually don't fit into one perfect size. This is a multiple size pattern, and usually we can't find our size just in one size. I can't find my waist and my hip in here. So this is what we do. Instead of following the instructions on the back of the pattern to find your size, we actually need to look at the pattern itself to figure out our hip measurement. Here it tells your waist measurement. These are a different variation on this pattern. There's many different patterns. But here on this one piece tells your waist measurement and your hip measurement. In order for me to make sure that this fit me perfect, I want to take my waist measurement. I want to show you how to do that. You find your true waist. You put your finger in your side and you bend to the side. That's going to be your true waist. And then you want to get that total circumference, your true waist.
Every time you see again.
29 inches. My true hip, the widest point, my true hip, 41 inches. So on this pattern, if I look here for my hip, it's 41 and a half. This is 43, mine is 41. So this size 16 is too big for my hip, so I'd have to make this smaller. And then in my waist, a size 16 is a 32, and my waist is 29, so I'd have to make this smaller. So I have to make this 3 inches smaller at my waist, and the pattern is graded, so I'd have to take 3 inches divided by 4, because I'm going to have one seam on my front, one seam on my back, which is 2 on my right side, one seam on my front and my back of my left side. So I have to divide it by 4. Which means at my waist I have to decrease 3/4 of an inch. So if I took my ruler and measured 3/4 of an inch, I know that I'm going to decrease this 3/4 and 3/4 on my back. And then I would do the same with my hip. I would take my hip measurement and subtract the difference. This is 43 and a half. Mine was 44. I would take that measurement and divide it by 4, and I know how much I need to decrease this, and then I would just take these and slightly blend them back to nothing. Now your skirt, your pencil skirt, remember whatever measurements you use, you want to add at least 1 inch. So it's not too tight, because we breathe, we eat, we contract, and if you eat, you're going to swell up a little bit, so we don't want it too tight. And if it's too tight and you got to pull it down all day long, it's too tight. So we don't want our skirt too tight. Now this is a regular straight skirt. If we want to make it a pencil skirt, we want to... So remember, this is the widest point of my hip right here. On me, it's 10 inches. So from here to 10 inches, if I want to make my skirt narrower at my knee, I want to measure 1 inch. And then I would take that and blend it right back up to my hip measurement. So I still have walking room in my skirt. It's not too narrow at my knee, and I can't step or get in and out of the vehicle without ripping my skirt. And of course, you can make it as long as you like or as short as you like. So this is the way we're going to get a perfect custom fitted skirt. Now you're going to do the exact same thing. If you need to increase it, you're just going to go out. This pattern just happened to be too big and I needed to decrease it. But now I know when I cut it out, it's going to fit perfect. Another thing you can do is you can cut this out and that heavy muslin and make yourself a permanent pattern. You know it fits you perfect every single time because you made the adjustments, cut it in a muslin, fit it in a muslin, sew it together, put a zipper in the back, whichever way you want to roll with it. But you know every time your skirt is going to fit perfect, long as you don't lose or gain weight.
So if you wanted to make it bigger, would you multiply it by 4?
If, say for instance, if my hip, this here is 43 and a half inches and my hip was what, 44 and a half inches, another inch, then I would just have to increase it a half an inch.
Okay.
All right? So whatever the measurement is, divide it by 4 and increase it or subtract it. And the same thing with the waistband, so don't forget, whatever you add to the waistband, to the skirt, if you have to add, you'll add it to your waistband. Whatever you need to subtract, you'll subtract off your waistband. All the components so that they'll go together and they'll fit. You'll get the zipper in nice and it'll fit you really nice because this is custom made for your body.